enough confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance to show you confident or not. Don't get caught in the matrix of all of these fakers. Society's spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance, you can do fuck all with an angle, and the fools are running away.
That's why this is a thought experiment here. Because if this was a real experiment, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Can I ask you one question?
You can ask me one question, but after that, I will go.
Okay.
I'm
Do
go.
you
go ahead.
Assume that if somebody says level is horizontal,
I'm saying, personally, I believe the things that you teach your child, your autistic child, is
How do
psychological
you-
child abuse.
Like that water is level.
No, you teach your child that level is a horizontal plane, which is not true.
Yes,
And
of course
the
it is.
implication of that is that you are teaching your child the earth is flat.
then do you assume that they are a flat earther? Can I ask you one question?
You can ask me one question, but after that, I will go.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Do
have to go. But
you
go ahead.
assume that if somebody says level is horizontal, then do you assume that they are a flat earther?
That's an interesting question. If someone said level is horizontal, it would either be someone learning about geometry.
Your flat Earth geometry. Flat Earth geometry will work in every circumstance.
What are you talking about?
So your
This is it's Euclidean geometry, dude. It's not flat Earth geometry.
flat Earth geometry. I called you a flat earther.
Asking me the question, or it would probably be a flat earther, because that's not something that most sort of people say in their day-to-day lives, if you get what I mean.
Okay. Well,
But with
a
that-
level is a straight line then. Would that be good enough as well?
With that, I will go. I was just nipping in for a little bit
Okay, okay.
on this one.
Thanks for that.
But yeah, no worries. I'll see you guys later.
Sweet. Thank you very much. Can we
It's
just
a-
get your experience with this?
Experience?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of maths experience.
What about with practical levels?
If I took your picture and I turned it 45 degrees, turned it around 45 degrees to the right,
Yeah.
would those balls no longer be level? Practical levels.
Yes.
So are you saying, do I go out and look at through theodolites and measure angles and things?
What
in my
is
spare
your
time?
experience in using a level practically?
If I took your picture and I turned it 45 degrees, turned it around 45 degrees to the right,
Yeah.
would those balls no longer be level? Very, very limited.
Okay, so you're very limited on maths and you're very limited on practical use of levels. What about your geometry? How good's that?
My geometry is not too bad.
Okay. Solid geometry?
Your flat Earth geometry. Flat Earth geometry will work in every circumstance.
What are you talking about?
So your
It's Euclidean geometry, dude. It's not flat Earth geometry.
flat Earth geometry. I called you a flat earther.
I don't know. It depends. It depends who you're comparing it to.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to go and make
Then
it.
how
So
are you
please
teaching
continue.
us?
If you're comparing it to a mathematician, not brilliant. If you're comparing it to the average guy, not bad. I'm just coming in here with a question, and you probably have seen me in live chat.
No, I
and
haven't.
disclaimer: this is not. I'm not interested in arguing against anybody here or debunking anyone or anything like that. So don't try and let your guard down, because I promise I'm not out to get you or anything.
Okay.
But how many of you would be willing to tell me what they would say the shape of the Earth is, or what they think it isn't, or if they don't know, whatever. That is all.
How many? Are you doing a show or something? Is that what you want? You want people to come over? You're doing a survey.
I'm genuinely just curious.
Okay.
I'm not gonna publish it, or I'm not writing it down. This is literally just for me. So, and obviously you don't have to answer or whatever.
Well, you'll have heard my answer, right?
Yes, yours was it isn't flat.
Absolutely, definitely not flat. We measure elevations.
Okay, that's fine.
And as for shape, overall shape, I don't know. I've never been to the extremities, so I can't put a shape to it.
That's fair. That's fair enough. Because but for a while, it's like no one has, I've asked what shape is the Earth, and people have said, "Well, do you?" and come back at me with questions, and it's like, just whatever position you have, but just tell me what your position is.
Okay, well, what we've been dealing with today is a lot of very, very, very bigoted people, and they ask the same question that you do.
Well, like I said, I'm trying to be respectful here, and I'm not coming to get you. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
If you think it's flat, that's absolutely fine. If you don't know, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. And I've had a few people actually say something now.
Okay, well, would you agree, right, that you have an Earth curve calculator? Have you heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Right, would you agree that is actually the calculator for the curvature of level?
No, not really. But like I said, I'm not interested in getting in a debate.
No, this isn't a debate. It's just the Earth curve not being, like I said, elevation is rise and fall of the land. That's not the curvature that you're talking about when you have Earth curve, is it? So the Earth curve that you're talking about with the Earth curve calculator would be the curvature rate of level.
I'm not entirely sure. So basically, I would say the Earth is round and is spherical, basically. So that's, as you would have probably guessed, that's my position.
Okay, so level for you.
I know what Bev's position is.
Level for you would be a like a circle.
Level for me would be no overall. So level is something level with the surface of the.
Yeah, horizontal, like I say.
I'll leave you with. I know you love your definition of level.
No, you were talking about shape, though. I mean, you came in with the shape question. I asked you. I mean, if you don't know what level is, I mean, that's fair enough by me. I mean, you know, I'm not going to think anything particularly bad of you if you say level's a circle
overall.
or anything.
Level is no overall elevation, so drop or rise compared to the surface of the Earth.
Yeah, and even
So
altitude.
level is in fact. So you could be level with the surface of the Earth and it'd still be.
You couldn't
Basically.
be level with the surface of the Earth, and it wouldn't. Level doesn't care about what's underneath it, does it?
I mean, I'm pretty sure, Bev. I'm pretty sure you've had this exact same conversation
Yep.
300 times. So
Absolutely,
I don't.
yes.
If I make those exact same points, I don't think you're going to be won over with it. If you make your exact same points, let me tell you, I'm not going to be won over by it. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair enough.
Just stay in.
If you don't know, that's fair
It's
enough.
not. No, it's not. It's not about me not knowing. It's about where the conversation will end up.
No, it
will
was
be
just a simple
nowhere
question.
productive.
Do you think level is a straight line or a circle?
Level isn't really talking about how straight or curved the line is.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, what is level then?
Right. Okay. I'll have this conversation for a little bit.
Like I say, if you
Come
don't
on,
know,
please.
that's fine.
No. Like I said, it's not about those. You're straw manning me now, so it's not about me not knowing.
No, we're just
I
saying
didn't
what you
claim
said
anything.
to me. Like you know, you don't think anything less of somebody that if they were going to say it's a flat earther, right? You don't think any less of somebody because they would say that, even though I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't think anything of anybody. Opinions can't change anything, can they? And a discussion is just that.
Yeah, I know it's not a got sugar cookie. It's not about whether it's got. It's about. I don't think this conversation will really, benefit anyone. But yeah, so. Right. If I get up a diagram. Bear with me a second.
Sweet.
Right then. So, because I know you like a diagram as well, don't you? So,
Some people like to picture things. It's much easier, I think, especially when you're talking about geometry as well.
Yes, it is definitely much easier because geometry is annoying. Well, no, that's not true. It can be annoying.
Nah.
Sometimes it's alright.
Oh.
Well, anyway, so if I'll share. Well, actually, no. Share my screen. I could just put it on here, idiot. So let's just stick it in here. It'll probably get flushed up. But,
In the live chat.
Yeah. So let's say a shape like that. So we've got a circle here, and we've got a line from the middle, which is obviously O. You've got A, which is where that line meets the circumference of the circle, and then we've got this line CB. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, we know that the angle, so OAB, is a right angle, because you've got the little right angle square thing there. So, because of that, I can say that CB is level with that circle.
No, you could say it's a tangent.
It's a tangent, and it is also level.
No,
That's
you
what the
couldn't
word
give
will
that a level signifier to that line. It's just a tangent.
It's a tangent, but you could also, if you had any flat object, and it was lying on that circle like that, then that can be defined as level.
No.
Right. Okay. Okay,
what
why
I'll
not?
do, I got a picture. I mean, quite a bit ago, my lad, I gave him a challenge to. Let me get this picture. I think. There you go. I asked my lad to level 3 balls, and that's what he did. Now, you see the angle that you've got yours at. That's not level.
No, that's correct. That's exactly the same as what I've got mine. So if I the orientation of that particular image doesn't matter. I could rotate that left a little bit, and then CB would be level with our screen. It doesn't particularly matter that it's been turned slightly.
Those levels wouldn't be level if they weren't in that position.
Eh?
Yeah, those levels won't be level.
If I took your picture and I turned it 45 degrees, turned it around 45 degrees to the right, would those balls no longer be level?
The balls aren't level.
If I took your picture and I turned it 45 degrees, turned it around 45 degrees to the right, would those balls no longer be level?
The levels on top of the balls are level, as signified by the position of the bubble within the level.
Well, so those three straight edges are level with each of those balls.
Them three levels are level.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
In
we
between them, there are balls.
And we know that because if we were to get those balls and draw a line, well, actually, it'd be a bit hard because they're spheres. But if we were to take a line from the center of those spheres and draw that up to where it touches those straight edges, and then we were to measure that angle from the straight edge, that would be 90 degrees, correct?
Yeah, because it's a tangent. The tangent
but it's
is
also level.
always perpendicular to the radius at the point it touches, right? It just happens to be that those are levels that are level.
Correct. So they are level and they're on a 3D curved object. So what's the problem here? I thought you said you couldn't have level on it.
Well, they could be on top of that ball, but at an angle. Then you would say they are not level. It's the fact that those levels are in that particular horizontal position that makes them level.
Hold on a minute, but I swear before you said, oh, you can't, it's impossible to have something that's level if it's on a curved surface. And here you've just admitted that the fact that these three straight edges are level. So which is it? Can we or can we not have something that's level on a ball?
Is level an independent reference frame?
An independent reference frame?
I mean, wouldn't level, it's just independent, right? I mean, I shouldn't say reference frame, but it's independent. It's a reference to something irregardless of what's underneath, right? Or I mean,
no.
Would you?
No, it's relevant to the position of that straight edge on the ball.
No, it's not. You could swap all of those balls for cubes. It wouldn't make no difference to the level. The level would still be level. Like it bears no relevance to what is underneath the level.
Right. So, but the thing I'm confused about, Bev. So if we can have these spirit levels on top of those balls, then why can level not exist on a big round planet? Clearly, it can.
Horizontal.
If he put the level on the side if he put the level on the side of the ball, it would not be level anymore.
No, it would. So level is referring to the point. So right, where can I put this picture where it won't move?
Sorry,
in the same.
No, it's okay.
Place. Yeah, put it in there.
We'll
get everybody to stop typing when he.
Guys, I'm gonna put this picture in geometry. Can we not like put meshes in geometry? I only say that because it'll be useful for the picture to stay there.
Yeah, nobody's posted in there since yesterday, so you should be good.
Yeah, it's not many people use it, so that's fine. But for the time being, it would just be useful to have it here. So there it is. So level is referring to a point on that line.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so at
you don't have a point level. There's no such thing.
A point is that which has no parts.
Eh?
Yeah, he's right.
A point is that which has no magnitude, no parts. Like a point is just a point.
Yes.
In geometry. in geometry, a point is that which has no parts. So
Yes.
level can't be a point because level is a line.
No, level. So the line is level at that point. I'm not talking about the point specifically. I'm talking about the fact that it's level.
No, Bill, you
point.
cannot say that.
I just did.
Because
Then you're not doing
you could
geometry.
have a line that's 45 degrees, couldn't you? Would that be level?
It depends. It depends where that line is. So obviously,
It's
like,
at 45 degrees.
if you
I've just said it's 45
listen,
degrees.
Hold on. Listen. So this exact same line. So depending on where you are on this line, you could be level, you could be not level. So for example, if you're halfway between the C and the B, and that was the line that was intersecting the circle, that wouldn't be level, okay? But the fact that you're at point A, and that if you drew a line down to the center of the circle, and that line is 90 degrees with CB, that's what makes that level at that point.
Bill.
Because obviously, it depends on where you are.
Bill, this is very relative, right?
Of course it's relative. Yeah, I've just explained that.
That's not... Level isn't relative.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Just explain that.
It's not. Yeah, I know you've tried to explain it, but I'm just pointing out to you, Bill. Level isn't relative to your position. You can't move level because of your position.
Sugar Cookie, at no point did I say perpendicular is the same as level. So I'm trying to explain to you how this works. I'm trying to explain as best as you can. But like I said,
you're not doing very well because you're getting it all wrong.
There's nothing that I will say that will convince you otherwise.
I know.
It doesn't matter what.
But
so, like
can we just get your experience with this?
Experience?
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of maths experience.
What about with practical levels?
Practical levels?
Yes.
So are you saying, do I go out and look at through theodolite and measure angles and things?
What is your experience in using a level practically?
Very, very limited.
Okay, so you're very limited on maths and you're very limited on practical use of levels. What about your geometry? How good's that?
My geometry is not too bad.
Okay. Solid geometry?
I don't know. It depends. It depends who you're comparing it to.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm going to go and make
it. How are you teaching us?
Comparing it to a mathematician, not brilliant. You're comparing it to the average guy, not bad. Let's put it that way. Biology is my specialism.
Go easy on him, Rob. This guy's been cordial.
I'm not gonna. I'm
sorry.
I'm not gonna talk,
sorry,
I'm
Bill.
Not gonna talk a lot of shit.
No.
That's not why I'm here.
I'm giving you. I'm just saying. I mean, you've been cordial. I mean, it's daylight and dark from what we had this morning. So I was just telling him we were just trying to have a good conversation.
It's fine. It's pretty fine. To be honest, if I could come on here and you let your guard down a little bit and talk to me, then I'm happy with that. You don't have to think I'm not gonna try and debunk everything you say, or I'm not gonna make a video about it. You ready to like that?
Well, could I ask you one question?
I'd love it if you made a video about me.
I don't want to take up Bev's time. I just wanted one question because it was he was asking the same line I was wanting to do. Yeah. I use the tools practically. I've got water levels. I've got spirit levels. And for me, when I use a water level, it gives me a horizontal. It gives me a straight line to reference my work off of. Mm-hmm. So that to me is a straight line. It's a horizontal. It's level. What would you have as a real world proof that it doesn't do
that? That's a bit confusing. So basically, it's the same as what I've said before and what Bev showed us. Basically, the fact that you could have something that is level and still be on a spherical surface. Okay, it's not going to fit flush to the ground. No, it isn't. But that's not what level is. Okay? So you could have something that is level and just follow around the surface of the sphere, but it would just be constantly changing its angle, changing its trajectory.
Well,
Okay?
the-
But it could still remain level.
The only reason I asked that is like I've done it myself just for my own personal gain. Was that I have a fairly long water level, and two ends, clear tube, and I had made 2 marks, and then I moved the first end of the water level and left the second end, like leapfrogging it. But I can adjust that water level to where the line will match up with the water level will match up with my previous line. And to me, that's geometrically a straight line segment, or shared straight line segment.
Yeah, so the problem is if you're using a normal spirit level, so a spirit level will always depend upon where you are on the globe, basically. So you wouldn't be able to have that go around, let's say, a beach ball, and it will never be level according to the beach ball. It will always be level according to the Earth. So you can't really get a good get a good comparison unless you go to another continent or something like that. But then of course you'd lose all reference. You would need a 100-mile long spirit level or something like that to be able to sort of accurately show that.
We're not talking about spirit levels.
Well, I didn't want. Sorry, I didn't want it. Bev was going on down the line. I'm sorry to interrupt. That's all I had. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries, Buster. I don't ask some questions, and I'll do my best. I'm not going to pretend I'm some geometry expert or something, but.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, biology. I mean, if you want to talk about biology, like, talk to me about anything you want. I fucking love biology. Love it.
You guys got me turned right down or something?
I can hear you, Rob.
Just Bill keeps saying spirit level.
Oh, well, you weren't talking about spirit level. I apologize. What were you talking about then?
A water level.
It's a tube, but I think Bev was going to go there with you on that same line. I just was asking one question before he.
Sorry, I was.
Okay.
Just away for a bit.
Water level it would be the same thing. A water level will work just as well.
As a spirit level.
Yeah.
So could you put a water level at one end of a big, massive, long spirit level, and a water level at the other end of the big, long, massive spirit level, and if you put it and leveled it up at each end of the water level, would the bubble be in the middle, in the right place?
Should be, yeah.
So that
I don't think so.
Well, where that water level would be a straight line then, or going from one end of the water level to the other.
So, I mean, it depends on scale, because before I was talking about if you could make, and I think this would be virtually impossible, but if you could make like a, I don't know, 50-mile spirit level.
Straight line.
So huge spirit level in the middle.
Yeah.
And huge water level at one end, huge water level at the other end.
Yeah.
You might actually be able to see some discernible curve, but it'd have to be very, very big, and even then, you really wouldn't. You'd be unlikely to be able to notice it.
Have you ever seen the Ruhif numbers? Are you aware that you are limited to a geometrical shape?
Can you also look in the live chat?
Are you aware, Bill, that you are confined to a geometric shape?
I don't really know what you mean, Bev.
Well,
elaborate?
I'll put it in the geometry thing for you.
I'm gonna. I'll stay like 1-2 more minutes.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. We'll take these away with you. You can check them, because no doubt we'll be having a chat again.
I will. Disclaimer: I'm nowhere near as as passionate about geometry and stuff like that as you are.
I'm not
I
particularly
probably
passionate
won't.
about it. It's the logic, really, Bill.
No, but you can come here and learn, though, can't you?
I could come in here and learn. Yeah, that's true. There are lots of places where you can learn stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right, Bill, if you don't understand the maths, but that has been given to us by whatever, Ruhif, Brad the Science Guy, Puppy Lover. Surely you've heard of all of those. They are big names in the mathematics and geometry side of the game, right? And what they did was they calculated, using the curve calculator, the amount of drop from a horizontal for every 100 metres over 1,600 metres, which is a mile. So it's a mile of 100 metre water levels, and that is the individual drop numbers from horizontal that you guys have calculated to your shape. So when you say it needs to be hundreds of miles long, well, it doesn't, because you can see the numbers there. I mean, millimetres.
You know what's confusing? I swear you said the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah.
Did you? What did you mean by that? Did you mean the fact that it's not like
it's not
mountains.
flat?
It's not like
mountains.
Yeah, it's not flat. Flat is a two-dimensional shape, right?
Okay, so overall, what would you say?
I'd say
Given,
level.
Yes, you can have
I'd say level is horizontal, and I can prove it. That's what I'd say.
Okay, so basically flat.
Pardon?
You notice that they say
Essentially flat. I'm not talking about mountains and valleys and stuff.
Yeah, but exactly. There's a difference between the Earth and, or is there a difference between the water?
That's
and
what
the
I'm
Earth,
getting at.
right?
I apologise if I wasn't clear.
Yeah.
But overall,
yeah, the water level. Then is that what we're talking about? The water level is a tool for establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Let's have a little another thought experiment here, and let's say we're at some continent on the Earth. I don't know. Let's say South Africa.
Let's say we're in the UK.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say we're in the UK, and the other place could be South Africa, maybe. All right.
Okay.
And let's say I'm up a building and I'm 10 meters off the ground, or something like that, and I have a particular. Right, disclaimer, guys. Obviously, this isn't a real thing. All right, this is just to help us think. But let's say
you're just going through in your head, yeah, and you'd like us to come along with you. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
Imaginometry.
Yes. This isn't This isn't obviously this isn't real. This is just how it's played. Anyway, let's say on this 10-meter building, I have a very, very powerful laser, and if I fire it dead level with the ground, then it will go perfectly straight. There is no refraction. There is no nothing. Does that make sense? It will go perfectly straight where I aim it forever.
Imaginometry.
Right.
Let's say I have.
Is that a real or is that a theoretical laser?
It's a theoretical laser.
Normal
lasers don't do that, unless maybe apart from maybe in a vacuum. But anyway, so let's say this other guy in South Africa, he is also 10 meters above the ground in a building or something like that, and I'm aiming it at this guy. So would I be able to hit this guy? Bear in mind, so there's going to be no mountains or anything like that gets in its way. This laser will go just straight through. So what would happen based on what you think, what you believe the Earth to be? Would that laser just perfectly hit that guy square in the eyes?
Wouldn't the beam diverge?
No, because I'm not. It doesn't get refracted. It will travel perfectly straight.
Straight meaning like straight with no curvature.
Yes.
Or straight meaning a circle straight?
Imaginometry.
No, straight meaning perfectly straight.
Perfectly straight circle straight, or perfectly straight as in a straight line with no curvature straight? Which
No.
Yeah, we've got to clarify it.
Yeah, I've got to really clarify this many times, Bill.
That's okay. That's okay, but perfectly straight.
Like as though
And I'm familiar with LIGO.
like a horizontal straight.
Never mind. Let's go with the one. Let's go with my imaginary laser beam.
Like a horizontal straight.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfectly.
A horizontal straight, not a circular horizontal straight.
Imaginometry.
Okay. Yes. Perfectly horizontally straight.
You wouldn't
As in
believe.
not
I'm sorry.
Stay around here, bro.
Did
Are
you
we
say
gonna-
there
right.
was? Is there any atmosphere, or did you take that out? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
There could be an atmosphere if you want, because it doesn't matter, because this laser doesn't get refracted by anything.
Imaginometry.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. That's why.
Dead straight lines.
That's why this is a thought experiment here. Because if this was a real experiment, you wouldn't be able to do it. That's why this is a thought experiment here. Because if this was a real experiment, you wouldn't be able to do it. That's why this is a thought experiment here. Because if this was a real experiment, you wouldn't be able to do it. There'd be refracts, blah blah. There'd be all sorts of things that would get in the way.
Can we assume in your example that level is horizontal?
Bam! Water levels give you horizontal.
Yeah. So this is where the parts where we need to fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Is what is the nature of the surface that they're on, barring the fact that there's not really going to be any mountains getting in the way of this laser.
Can we just assume that level is horizontal?
Yes.
There you go then.
So what
Done.
would happen?
Bam! Water levels give you horizontal.
Yeah, level would be horizontal. It's a straight line.
The guy would get shot in the face, and I'd kill this poor bloke in South Africa with my imaginary laser.
Imaginometry.
Wow, it's some imaginary laser beam. That but I mean, if you
would-
had
would
to
that
go to
happen,
the
though?
length of the laser beam, can we not just say level is horizontal? Because that's all I'm saying.
You're a universal horizontal
You can say that if you want,
water.
but
Yeah.
All I want could we just finish off so? Back to my point. I'm aiming at this guy in South Africa. I'm not like. Okay, let's say it's a target. That's a bit better. It's a bit less violent. But let's say this is target, perfectly 10 meters off the ground, whatever. Fire it across, so that would hit the target, correct?
Yeah, it's a straight. If it's a straight line, then yes. If you're firing it in a straight line, and all the water that I know is horizontal, level is horizontal, then yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's all I want, because that just gives me a better idea of your model, if you like.
Okay. So now, can I ask you one question?
You can ask me one question, but after that, I will go.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Do
have to go.
you
Go ahead.
assume that if somebody says level is horizontal, then do you assume that they are a flat earther?
That's an interesting question. If someone said level is horizontal, it would either be someone learning about geometry and asking me the question, or it would probably be a flat earther, because that's not something that most sort of people say in their day-to-day life, if you get what I mean.
What,
But with
a
that-
level is a straight line then? Would that be good enough as well?
With that, I will go. I was just nipping in for a little bit.
Okay.
Nice one.
Thanks for that.
But yeah, no worries. I'll see you guys later.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
If you enjoyed the content, please support On the Level and future projects. Membership subscriptions available now, or come and get involved at Next Level Discord server. Thank you.